Hello, Donna Bond here. So I wanted to share the story about my magic ball of light. Um, After I completed my coaching certification, well, I guess I was about to complete my coaching certification at the University of Santa Monica, and I was participating in a 7-day laboratory. It was like the culminating event that we went through for the finality of earning our coaching certificate. And it was a big deal. It was a time to see and be seen by our peers and by our teachers and our instructors. And Dr. Robert Holden was facilitating the lab. And I didn't really know Robert before this. I just knew he had written a couple of great books, one of which is called Success Intelligence, which really helps us redefine what success means to us personally, instead of falling into the definitions that society has created. So over the course of this week, the way that Robert, who kind of has celebrity status, the way that he interacted with everybody in the room, and there's 60 of us, was he had this top hat. And it's a very British thing, and Robert's British. So he had this top hat, and he had everybody's name in this top hat on little pieces of paper. And over the course of this 7-day culminating event, I kept waiting for my name to get pulled out of that hat. And 7 days went by, and my name never once came out of that hat. And there was a girl in the lab who was auditing. And auditing means she had taken that class previously, but she was sitting through it again as a refresher. So while she was in the 7-day laboratory with us, she had not been in the 10-month program that had unfolded leading up to this lab. I didn't know her. Well, her name got pulled out of that hat, I don't know, 6 times, 7 times over the course of the week. And every single time her name got pulled out of that hat, I was like, are you kidding me right now? What is happening? How come she's the one, getting all the limelight? She's the one interacting with Robert. She's the one receiving all the attention. She's the one that everybody is seeing and focusing on. And I guess at the time, inwardly, the truth is that maybe I wasn't ready to really stand forward in my truth. I wasn't really ready to be seen by that group of people. So the class comes to an end, and everybody goes on their way. And probably about 6 or 7 months later, I decide to participate in Robert Holden's Success Intelligence Mastermind. And there's only 12 people in this mastermind from around the world. And because Robert is in London and I'm in California, there's literally people from all over the world that have the opportunity to participate in this mastermind. So the day comes that the mastermind is happening, and all 12 of us get on Zoom, and there is that girl. Of all the people that could have possibly been in this masterclass, she was the one. Which I just laughed when I saw her. I laughed at spirit. I laughed at how amazing the universe is, the way that it sets us up for our learning and our growth. And so what ended up happening was it was only a matter of time before I got paired with Dawn. That was her name. And I came clean with her at the time that we had to do a partner activity together. And she invited me to go to Agape with her, which is a spiritual church in the center of Los Angeles. And I hadn't been to Agape in many, many years, so I agreed to go with Dawn. And the sermon that took place that day was something that I really needed to hear from Reverend Michael Beckwith, who is a live wire. He is an incredible example of somebody who is just pulling the life force through him. Or I shouldn't even say pulling, right? The life force just moves through him. And he is electric. And that day, during that share that he gave in the middle of Los Angeles, where there were several hundreds of people there, was something that I deeply needed to experience inside of myself, which was really kind of an activation as part of my own awakening and as part of me calling myself forward into who I am in the world and how I show up for other people, with other people, for myself. So, as a nod to Robert for walking me into a place that was much deeper and richer and filled with so much more learning than what I would have experienced if he had pulled my name out of the hat in that 7-day coaching lab. As a nod to him, as a nod to Dawn, as a nod to the great divine, that is how the idea was birthed to have this magic bowl of light. Because the bowl is holding the wisdom that is threaded through all of us. And when somebody's name comes out of the bowl, it is the perfect time, the perfect name, with the perfect share. So that's the magic bowl of light. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe below. Have a great day.